What's up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. I'm Bree, your coach for content creators. And today we are going to talk about how to grow as a content creator in 2025. It's a new year. So what does it look like? What are the trends? What are things we need to look out for? Let's get into it. The very first thing we need to make sure we have nailed down going into 2025 is how to hone in your target audience. We need to make sure that every single piece of content is targeting them and really honed in onto exactly what they need. We want to know them inside and out. You want to know exactly what they're thinking. So we need to ask them questions. One of the biggest pitfalls that happens here is when we assume we know what they want. We can't read minds. And often there are little nuances and little things that we're going to learn from them as we engage and talk with them more. Not only do you need to ask questions, but do your research and track it. This isn't one of those things where you're just going to pop over to Instagram stories or shoot out a survey, ask a couple of questions, and then move on with your life. We need to do some deep research and actually take the information that we gain and learn from it. So that is why step one is so crucial, because it is going to affect every single thing that we do throughout this entire year. The second thing that you're going to have to make sure you do to grow as a content creator in 2025 is storytelling. This doesn't necessarily have to be talking to camera or literally telling a story. It's going to look different for every single person. But the key here is that you need to take your audience with you on a journey, whether this is a journey through your life, whether a journey as you're going to the grocery store and buying ingredients to make this food. There are so many different ways that you could approach that. So let's go through a few of those. One way that we have seen people start to do this is multi-part stories. So when you see on TikTok, for example, a part one, a part two, that is a great way to get them to come back and see more. Somebody inside of our group coaching program, Shift, does a really good job of this as she is working on a project for her home. She'll show throughout the week, or sometimes it's even weeks or months, depending on how long the project is, but takes you along on that journey and shows you the bits and pieces of it. I love her approach for this because it's so realistic as homeowners. The typical person is not a content creator, right? That is not everybody's job. And so when you're able to show what a realistic point of view looks like, let's say when you're doing a home renovation project, sometimes we can look at content creators and see, oh my gosh, they did it so fast. Look, I just watched it and they got it done in a weekend. When that is not the reality for the rest of us. It's not the reality for me. I'm not a home decor, home DIYer, right? It's going to take probably weeks, could potentially months, depending on what the project is. And so by taking people along the journey, and really it's going to help expand your content and give you more of one thing to focus on rather than being like go, 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 but also really get your audience to engage and keep coming back for more. That leads me into the next part, which is a series. So this is all within storytelling, but think through, how can I really take one piece and expand it into a series so that way my audience wants to come back. This is all a crucial part of storytelling. The other way that you can do this is bringing them along in vlog style videos. Now, remember, every single piece of this I'm talking about, it's easy for me anyways to like default into thinking of all of this as video content and vlog style videos. Okay, yes, but the other ones like a series or multi-parts, you can do this no matter what type of content you're creating. So whether you're on YouTube, whether you're creating emails even, or blog posts, it doesn't really matter the platform. You can still think of this art of storytelling. This is going to be a huge piece that is going to set you apart from others in 2025 because it is going to get your audience to keep coming back for more. Whatever you're deciding to do, if you're deciding to share more of your life, more of your day to day, what you need to do is to sit down and think through, what am I okay with sharing? And write it down. What am I good with sharing in my life? What are things that are off limits that I don't want to share? That way you have that guide, and then the next step is to share it. The third way that you're going to grow in 2025 is by collaborating with other creatives. This is huge. This is something that used to happen all the time, but community is going to play such a huge role in growth in 2025. And so it's going to look like finding other creatives that might be around you in your local city or ones that are afar that you can do fun joint ventures with. So looking at locals or even like traveling to a conference and doing meetups with other creatives, filming content together, even just showcasing like, hey, I'm with this person and she's going to take me to her favorite coffee shop. Different things like that are going to expose you to new audiences. And that's how that collaboration is going to take effect. So you're going to look for other creatives that you can collaborate with. And I do suggest starting local. Look at ways where you can go and meet up with them in person, do joint venture projects together, even with people that are afar, right? How can we create a video together or a blog post or an email together and share each other with each other's audiences? Now, the fourth way we're going to grow in 2025 is really to embrace AI tools. This is something where it is just going to help your workflow, help you work faster and be more effective. You don't have to do everything manually. So if you've been a little leery of AI, I'm going to share a couple of tools that I love to use right now real quick, because AI can assist you with everything. It's crazy, right? But we don't have to use it for everything. But I suggest you get started. It can help with just whenever you feel like, oh, I don't know what to create, or I feel stuck, or I just need another opinion. I love using ChatGPT for that. It's really great. I use it every single day as a sounding board, or if I'm like, hey, here's some bullet points that I'm working with. Can you give me some more ideas or help me keep rolling with this? And then I can take that and take the ideas that ChatGPT gives me and keep going. Other tools that you can try out are things like HobbyCopy. HobbyCopy is a great tool if you're needing help with email writing. You can use a tool called Zapier to create automations between different platforms. So if you want something particular to happen whenever you do something on Notion and you want it to happen over on another platform, there are so many automations within Zapier and so many programs that connect to it. It is a gold mine once you start diving in. And the other one that I really love to use is Grammarly. I actually pay for the premium version of it and I love it so much. It always sends me an email. It's like, congratulations, you're in the top blah, blah, blah % of users. And I'm like, yeah, because I use it all the time. I have poor grammar. So it helps me a ton. But then I also love it because it has a little AI automation in there that I'm like, okay, can you help me? Like, here's my brain dump. Can you make this sound better? Can you give me some ideas? Can you help me revise this? And it helps me so much and it helps me work so much more efficiently and also be more eloquent when I'm writing for you guys. You want to just find the tools that are going to work for you and they're really going to help you save time so that way you get to spend time on creating the content and doing the things that you love. All right, my final tip for growing in 2025 is to create a community with your audience. So like I said before, I think community is going to be huge in 2025. We're already seeing it start to happen. We're seeing more and more traction happening over on Instagram with broadcast channels. People are reviving and starting new Facebook groups. There's so many different ways that you can do this, but I think that creating a place for your audience to come back to keep coming to, and to ask questions from others in your audience or to hear your opinion on different things. If you're creating a place where they want to keep returning, right? We talked about it with the series and with the multi-part stories. This is along those same lines. We want to create opportunities where they want to be like, I want to keep going back. I want to wake up first thing in the morning and I want to check and see if anything new popped up in that thread. And really, when you do this, this is going to set you apart from other creatives that haven't created a space for their audience. So there's different ways that you can do this. Like I mentioned, Instagram broadcast channels, Facebook groups. There's also things like Mighty Networks. LinkedIn even has LinkedIn groups now. You could start a Patreon, or you can even go over to Slack or Discord and start your own channel over there. So that is it, you guys. That is 5 different ways that in 2025, you're going to be able to grow as a creative, set yourself apart from everybody else. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and leave me a comment below letting me know which tip you're most excited to try in 2025.